So for each point, I'm going to be talking about what to do on attack, then defense. So on attack, on Hanamura, you can either go right or left, but most teams will decide to go left, and the advantage of going right isn't that big, so just go with your team. And the enemy's going to be set up right here, or around here. And so you just wanna have a shield here and try to win a shield break war. Once you're here, you wanna if they're this close, then you just wanna make them move back towards they're over here. That gives you the opportunity to move right or go through main. Those are basically the only two ways to go on this map. Nobody ever goes left side. It just doesn't give you enough of an advantage. So if you're up, if you have an advantage, then I suggest going through main and forcing them to point over here, and then they will go over here. They will have to come over here. They'll rotate all the way back onto over there. If you don't have an advantage, then I was just going right side. It'll give you some time to heal up and recuperate, and the enemy team will likely move back to point over here. And then you can move to point this way, and then take this fight. Sometimes teams will decide to run a bastion, and when they do that, you just want to have to go right side. Use fortify early, it's 5 seconds. It won't take you 5 seconds to move from here over here. And then from over here, you want to try to get on point, maybe even by yourself, because using fortify allows you to go all the way over here, hopefully. But if the bastion only has you as a target, then you might want to go all the way around. On defense, you usually want to hold here to begin with, get some poke damage, and then you're going to have to move back here. Then, same thing, if they go through left side here, then you have to move back to point this way, and take a fight over here, or if they decide to go through main, you'll just move back to point and take a fight over here. And then if you're down and they decide to go through main, you just have to try your best to recapture the fight. And you retreat this way. So yeah, that's what you do on first point. On second point attack, you can either go high ground or main. You can't really go left side unless you have a sim. Going main, usually you just basically just walk through and set up over here. In this meta, there's not that much long range damage, so you should be fine. There's not really much else to say about going main. It's just usually you do that on your first attack. Just after taking first point, you go through main, try to get an early fight with your ult advantage. But other than that, unless you're up you have snipers and you're up, then you usually just go high ground instead. So once you're high ground, you would set up over here. If they're over here, then you just try to move this way, and then take a fight this over here. This allows you to get some pulls off and pull them off high ground, brings your team apart. Alternatively, you could go right side and take a fight over here, like move your way up, try to push them off high ground, and then you'll just move them back to point both ways. Then on defense, after they take first point, you usually just set up over here, and they'll probably go main, get some pulls off, and then once they're around the bridge, you should probably fall back down. Like as you're pulling, you should fall back down, and then set up over here and take a fight. Or if they decide to go high ground, then you can put a shield over here, try to win a shield break war, or if your team wants to play close, you can try to fight over here. After your first fight, you want to stay on high ground. You can try holding a position like this. I like this position because if they try to go high ground, you can continuously just keep pulling them off, and that just wastes a bunch of their time. And then you just take another fight like this. I mean, it just depends on what your team wants to do. But the two positions to hold when you're defending are either here, up here, or up here. It just depends on where they're going. If they have sim TP, they go right side, then you either hold high ground, but it's often better to just stay on point so that the sim doesn't get turrets on point. If you have Bastion, you might want to go hold high ground just because you have so much shield break, and that sim won't be able to get her beam up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I like to think I'm a little bit qualified with were to position as main tank, but who knows, I could be completely wrong, so be sure to leave a comment and tell me if you disagree with what I said or agree with what I said and what I can do better in the next videos.